If someone who clicked on this episode is maybe a little too comfortable in life, or maybe they feel like they haven't challenged themselves, what do you want them to know before we go on any further?
I would say
Would you say you were a spoiled brat?
absolutely yes.
Want to think about that at all?
No, not even for a second.
Don't care how, I want it now.
Do you feel like you ever appreciated anything as a kid?
I have been the type of person to gravitate towards people for a friendship that were never a friend to me deep down.
Do you feel accepted?
I think you go through hard moments in your life and then you realize that like they are the first ones out the door. So when I became a mom, I didn't try to word this correctly.
Scared the shit out of you.
Scared the absolute shit out of me because I was like, how the heck am I gonna do it?
You want a drink?
Oh yeah, I think we need one of those right about now. That's not gonna make me make an ugly face to these beautiful cameras.
A few moments later.
It's great. Whoa, that's mild, yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm scared. That's why my hands are probably sweating.
They're damp. It's fine.
Wait, is this like for real arm wrestling?
Well, I'm going to ask you a question as we do this. You have to think under pressure.
Kidding.
Not kidding. Go ahead.
Whew.
You showed up today. You kind of dropped the bomb.
I did. I think I had an idea. I didn't know the extent of it when I was that age. But I think I knew that like it wasn't okay. Like there's something happening here that's outside of the norm.
Welcome to the Barbells and Bourbon podcast. I am your big, bald, bearded, barbell lifting, bourbon drinking son of a bitch, Sean. And joining me today is Cassidy Rizzo.
Happy to be here.
Welcome to our home, Cassidy.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You nervous?
Yes.
Not to call you out. Sometimes saying it makes it go away.
Absolutely. I think I've said it since I've walked into
Yes,
your front door at least
couple
4
times.
times.
Yeah.
So at least it's out there.
Well, I appreciate you coming. I did tell you this is a selfless experience for you. Okay. You're going to talk about your life, and some of the things you talk about are going to help someone who's watching.
Yeah.
But I need to know if someone who clicked on this episode is maybe a little too comfortable in life, or maybe they feel like they haven't challenged themselves. What do you want them to know before we go on any further?
I would say probably to just don't ever stop. So there's always something different that you can be doing to change what you like and you don't like about yourself. So it's like just keep going and get up every day and just keep moving forward. I would say that that is probably the biggest advice that I could give.
I like it. And that advice could change by the end too.
Yeah.
You could have even a deeper message. So don't go anywhere. This is going to get good. Subscribe to my channel. Only 20% of the people that watch these episodes are subscribers, which is saddening.
Yeah.
It makes me sad.
So sad.
We don't want Sean to be sad.
No.
So subscribe, like the video, and let's continue. And I said that, I asked you that question for a reason.
Yeah.
Because I'd say for half of your life, maybe more than half, you were very comfortable.
Oh.
And I don't want to sell the farm yet. I don't want to completely spoil it. But you had to learn how to grow up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Multiple times.
Multiple times. I think there's a lot of people, maybe you're watching right now, who are very comfortable in their life. They maybe feel a little bit entitled. And I think society has sort of forced that upon us. I think we all have a sense of entitlement because things are so easy to obtain now.
Yeah.
Instant gratification. Get things delivered in an hour if you really want to.
Oh, absolutely. That's my favorite part.
We've all become spoiled in a way. I feel like I need to continue to challenge myself to not fall into that trap of enjoying that feeling too much.
Yeah.
Because I will turn into a person that I don't like. And I hate laziness. I hate spoiled people. And if you're one of them and you feel triggered, maybe you should. But I'm not here to like talk trash on people.
Right.
But this is going to be a learning experience. So I need to know, where did you grow up originally, Cassidy?
So I am from Hopewell, Pennsylvania. So right by the Pittsburgh airport. Lived in the same house whole entire life. 2 parents under one household. Grew up at Hope, played basketball for Hopewell High School. Actually graduated from Lincoln Park Charter School, but that's another story.
Another story.
That falls into the me getting whatever I wanted when I was a spoiled brat. But yeah, so just same hometown, same group of friends.
Any siblings?
No.
Only child.
Only child.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that turned you into a specific person.
Sure did.
Okay. And we're going to talk about that. I had a best friend who was an only child. I was one of 2. I have a younger sister. I've seen what only children go through, good and bad.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's all, roses and rainbows, but I wanted to be him. No offense, sister, but he got everything he wanted and then some, because there was no one else to give it to.
Absolutely.
You want them to feel special. They're only child. Maybe you don't want, as a parent, to make them feel like they are neglected because they don't have a sibling. So you're going to just feed them with things, right?
Absolutely.
So I do want to get into what that was like being an only child. But did you feel like you had a normal childhood with, you had 2 parents in the home, which is a great start to having a normal childhood because a lot of kids don't have that luxury.
Yeah.
Pretty normal.
Yeah, I would say everything was pretty normal. I had pretty much, and I say this now being 30, that I had the perfect balance between my parents. My dad was the strict parent that I would come home from school and he would be on the learning portal asking me why I got this grade on this and this grade on this, which looking back was traumatizing. Thank you. But he was the one that kept me on my P's and my Q's. My mom was more of like the lax. Like she was the go with the flow. Like, yeah, if it happened, it happened. So I pretty much got the balance. So like when my dad was being strict, my mom would calm him down. And then when my mom was being too lax about a situation, my dad was like, no, like this is more serious. So pretty normal childhood. Got the perfect balance. Was surrounded by my dad's Italian. So I had big Italian weekends with my family. So I had overall a really good, normal childhood, I would say.
Looking back at it now, are you glad that your dad was strict?
Yes.
If you had 2 free birds living in the house, who knows what
Exactly.
you would have turned out to be.
And looking back on it, like my dad and I bumped heads because I was only child, got everything that I wanted, essentially, kind of like you noted, but it was very hard to have someone put pressure on me when I just wanted to do my own thing. And so I'm very thankful that he was strict. 15-year-old Cassidy would probably say a little bit different, but yes, I am very thankful that he
You're
was.
being mean, Dad.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
That would be the nice version of it. Yeah. You can ask him that too.
I'd love to. Dad, comment below. Tell me how you really felt. So, yeah, I mean, that sounds like a fairly normal childhood. And I hate throwing that word normal out because normal is your version of normal.
Yes.
The last guest I had, Melanie, her childhood was polar opposite of yours in a horrible way.
Yeah.
But even to her, she said the word normal. She started like, I had a fairly normal childhood. And then we started peeling back the layers. It's just like, what the fuck? That's not normal.
Right.
But that's all she knew.
Absolutely.
So you said you had a decent amount of friends. Tell me about your friend circles and what it was like going to school.
Yeah. So I played basketball my whole life. Thank you, Dad.
Tomboy?
I would say that.
Okay.
I did the whole cheerleader thing when I was younger. So played basketball. I played volleyball, softball. So I did a little bit of everything, track. But my group of friends really stemmed from basketball. So like I have a solid group of friends. I have about 5 of them that we've been friends for over 20 years.
That's kind of rare these days.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
awesome.
Yeah. So my first friend ever, her name is Mackenzie. We've been friends since the first day of kindergarten, and she is now the godmom of my daughter. So I've had a really solid group of friends that I've known for a very long time that have been through so many versions of me. So shout out to them because they've seen a lot. But I'm very thankful for the friend group that I have and all the memories that we've made.
So you never sort of found yourself in the wrong group of friends?
No, I wouldn't say the wrong group of friends. I've always had like a solid foundation of my friends. I have been the type of person to gravitate towards people for a friendship that were never a friend to me deep down.
To feel accepted?
I think a little bit, maybe just to feel that, well, I can be friends with everybody because at a young age, I realized that I just wanted everybody to like me. And I think that I gravitated towards people who showed me some like genuine friendship, as you would call it. But then you go through hard moments in your life and then you realize
They're
that
not
like
there by your side
they
anymore.
are the first ones out the door. And so that hit me along the way in this
Journey?
Yeah, but I would say that for a solid foundation of my friends, I feel like that they've been there since day one through it all.
So you're pretty popular, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe not that. I don't
Well,
like that. I mean, yeah.
like never bullied.
No,
Okay.
no. And honestly, I give parents in this generation so much grace because like I hear stories on social media about bullying and like I don't know if just I was blind to it back then, but we never experienced anything like that. Everybody in my high school was friends with people and we all did things together, sports games, nights out. Like it was all, we always did things together. So no, but I was never bullied.
You're very lucky.
Yeah.
I was bullied, and I also was witness to bullying. It's terrible. I mean, for both parties.
Yeah.
In fact, and I have shared this before, the person that bullied me the most through high school actually reached out to him and kind of got some closure
Yeah.
as to why he did it. And he admitted he was an unhappy kid.
Yeah.
And that's just how he coped and lashed out. Because, bringing people down to your level doesn't make you feel like you're at that level anymore, right? So it kind of felt good to hear that. And even to this day, I think I still feel the effects of it.
Yeah.
Because people might argue this, but I'm pretty insecure and I do lack some confidence. And I think it's because I was put down so much.
Yeah.
But I don't regret it because it also made me stronger in a sense and
Absolutely.
made me kind of build up my armor to kind of defend from that kind of crap. So
Yeah. And then whenever you're in the moment, like you don't think that. Like
oh
you're
my gosh, it's like the worst possible thing you can experience.
Yeah. And you're constantly questioning yourself like, well, why is he doing this to me? What is wrong with me? And it's like whenever you take a step back and grow and you get that confidence, you then realize that like it was never me.
Well, to kind of argue that point, I understood why he chose me because I was your typical nerd on the outside. I had glasses, hair parted to the side, and I weighed 150 pounds. And I was 6'2". I'm your target. Let's face it. So I understood why I was the target. But inside, I didn't feel like I should be the target because I was nice to everybody.
Absolutely.
I never got in trouble as a kid.
Yeah.
I got decent grades.
Yeah.
I just didn't understand. I'm like, but I'm a good person.
Absolutely.
Even though I don't look like right.
Yeah.
So anyways. But yeah, bullying, fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't have to go through it.
Yes, I'm very thankful.
And I think, looking back now, and I asked about your friend circle for a reason. I think your friend circle is more of an influence on children than parents sometimes. Yeah. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know you're a mom, and we're going to talk about that. Do you worry that your daughter might get into the wrong friend group?
I mean, absolutely. I feel that, I mean, whenever you become a parent, mom, dad, like you worry about something different every day.
Yeah.
And seeing how social media is, and my daughter's 3. So like she doesn't even have to worry about that for long. She might never get a cell phone ever in her life at this rate.
You shouldn't give her one.
No. So, but I mean, you worry about something different every day. So I think, yes, I am obviously worried that she will go into the wrong friend group and make mistakes. But how her dad and I are raising her, we also have to put trust in what we're doing to know that if there is a situation that comes up, she will know right from wrong.
Yeah.
And that's all that I can do right now. But of course, I worry about that stuff.
You got plenty of time.
Oh, yes, hopefully.
But parents can only do so much.
Right.
And I think, and I've witnessed 2 strict parents trying to control their child.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't turn out well. No. Because what do? They rebel.
Yep.
They retaliate. As
Absolutely.
soon as they are out of that nest, what can I get my hands on?
Yeah.
Right? Because they never got a taste of anything under that strict roof. And of course, you're going to experiment with whatever. I'm not going to, elaborate on things, but you know
Yeah.
where I'm going with this.
1,000%. Yeah.
And I've witnessed it with my own children. I have 3 teenagers now. And I noticed they're different people depending on who they're hanging out with. Mm-hmm. I think we're all chameleons to a point. Like you said, we all want to feel liked and accepted.
Yeah.
So we'll sort of kind of shift our, mentality or our moods or personalities depending on who we're around
Absolutely.
to be that accepted person. But
Yeah.
it can change kids in a very bad way. And I've seen it.
Yeah. And I feel like I have done that for like a really big part of my life. And I think I deal with the repercussions of it now. It's like I wanted to be liked by everybody. I wanted to make sure everybody else felt special. I wanted to blend in. I wanted to be the life of the friend group, the life of the party. And it was the most broken I ever was. And so it's like whenever I was hit with something that I needed the people that I spent every day with at one point, they're like 3 years later, Ava, my daughter is almost 3.5. They are nowhere to be found. But my friend group that I never had to change for, never had to blend in with, was just my authentic self since day one. They are my daughter's aunts. They are the gurus. So it's looking back on it, I'm thankful for the memories that I made. But if I would have known then what I know now, I would have never wasted my time on those friendships.
Yeah. Doesn't it feel good to be accepted for who you are?
Absolutely.
It sounds ridiculous. Like, well,
Simple.
duh.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's a given anymore.
No.
Especially with social media influencing everybody
Everyone.
in whatever way.
Yeah.
I think there's so many people out there that don't know who they are
Yeah.
deep down.
Yeah. And that's why I think this year alone, I've really done the work to figure out why I am the way that I am and why I get anxious and why I feel the way that I feel in certain situations. And it's really transformed who I am as a person. And it's just the biggest eye opener. And it's made me better in so many different ways.
Yeah. Would you say you were a spoiled brat as a kid?
Absolutely, yes.
You want to think about that at all?
No, not even for a second. I was the spoiled brat.
And looking back now, do you regret being a spoiled brat?
No, because no, I wouldn't say regret. I think everything that happened to flip that switch was meant to happen. So being a spoiled brat, living with my parents, being a teenager, I never did a chore, never had to pay for anything, never had a job all through high school. I wanted something, I asked my parents and I got it. And it was like the biggest luxury. Now, I played sports, so it's like I didn't have a job, so I was keeping busy with sports and friends and other things.
You did have some discipline in your life.
I did, yes. But to work hard for something and have something in return was very foreign to me.
Were you a giving person? Like, yeah, you're spoiled, so you're you were expecting things to be given to you.
Yes.
But were you a giving person
I was.
in return? Okay.
I was. So I was very selfless. There were moments in my life where I was selfish, but I think getting everything that I wanted really made me into a selfless person, because I noticed that my best friends, like, they grew up differently than I did. Divorced parents, multiple children in the household. So, like, everybody was different. So me getting everything that I have ever wanted and seeing my best friends not having that same luxury, I wanted to give to them what I had.
You kind of felt bad for them?
Maybe not felt, yeah,
Not like pity.
yeah,
But
I would say like then I would say yes. Like I felt bad that they didn't have what I had. And so I wanted to do whatever I could to make them feel the love that I was getting.
Yeah.
And I think that went into my relationships, all of my friendships. But I think it really turned me into a selfless person in some instances.
Do you feel like you ever appreciated anything as a kid?
Maybe not in the moment, because I thought I was expected, like these are my parents. Looking back on it now, absolutely. And that was, I think a lot of it just had a lot of me growing up to do. Like I had a ton of growing up to do to get to that point. But being a 15-year-old girl, 16-year-old girl, being as spoiled as I was, I thought it was just expected, until kind of hit me in the mouth that it's not always going to be like this.
What happened when you didn't get what you wanted?
Oh, I didn't get what I wanted. It honestly, it flipped a switch in me. I'm not kidding. And I say it so like with a big smile on my face, but I remember the same moment, the exact moment of when it happened, and I was devastated. And I couldn't, at that moment, everything that I worked so hard for, I couldn't do in that moment. But it was like, okay, all this hard work that I put in, I can't get what I want out of it. So now what?
Were you a manipulator when you were told no?
No. I think what happened is my dad has provided so much for me in my life. Everything that I've ever wanted, he has given me. And I think that one moment where he couldn't was like such a hard moment for him. And instead of turning into that spoiled brat that I was, it was the man in my life who I love more than anything is telling me that he cannot give me something. Like, I have to help.
Yeah.
And and so I think that him being as broken as he was when he told me that, I think that is what really flipped it for me.
Yeah, you keep alluding to the switch being flipped.
Yeah.
And it being about your dad. So tell me exactly what happened.
So my dad, he's a restaurant owner. So like my whole life, everybody jokes that I'm a bar baby. I am a bar baby. If you talk to my dad, he changed my diapers at the bar.
And where do you work now, Cassidy?
The Coxcomb.
At a bar restaurant.
At a bar restaurant. I'm a waitress, not a bartender.
The full circle moment.
Yes, see? But my dad has owned restaurants his whole life. That's where my parents met. And he's very successful in the bar restaurants that he's owned. So one of his goals was to open a bar restaurant down in Jacksonville, Florida. And it was not successful. And he started in my senior year of high school, going back and forth, and then pretty much did it up until my senior year of college. And we were in so much debt. Nothing was working. And eventually my dad had to come to me and say that he could not afford to send me to school for my last semester of my senior year.
Wow.
And like graduating with my friends, walking and getting my diploma. I was getting an applied mathematics degree. I wanted to go to work. So like all of that was just stopped.
How did you feel when you heard that?
I would say heartbroken is probably the most similar feeling. Like
Were you angry at all?
I wouldn't. Yes, I was angry, but I was mad at my dad. I was mad at the situation. And I was mad that at that moment, I couldn't do anything. It was out of my hands completely. And that's where I realized that, okay, if I want anything in life, I have to do it myself. I can't depend on other people to give me these handouts and expect that there's not going to be disappointments along the way.
Did you hear that, people? Don't expect handouts.
Yes.
If you want something, work for it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And I think by doing that, I found a confidence in myself that, okay, well, if I want something, I'm going to be the one to get it done because I have to depend on myself. And then that's where the independent Cassidy started rolling.
Cassidy 2.0.
Uh-huh.
I do have a question about your dad. And I don't know if you're going to be able to answer this, but
Okay.
I want you to put yourself in his shoes.
Okay.
You're a successful restaurant and bar owner your whole life as your dad. Then one fails. How do you think that made him feel?
Oh, I can't. My dad is a very prideful person. So even if I were to ask him how it made him feel, he would probably never tell me.
You kind of brush it off.
Yeah. Knowing my dad, it just our family in general. And like he puts a lot of pressure on himself. So I know it hurt him to not be able to provide. And the reason I know it hurt him is because he waited until
The last
possible moment to tell me. And normally if like for somebody who doesn't care, like they're going to be like, "Oh, well, we can't do this." Like it's in black and white. But he continued to work and try and try and try until the last possible second. And I love my dad more than anything in this world. So I think that it hurt him to walk up to me and tell me that to my face, that it wasn't going to be able to happen.
I guarantee you it did. And
Yeah.
I don't know your dad at all.
Yeah.
But as a father and a provider, to be able to tell my family, I can't do this anymore. I can't give you this anymore. I can't pay the bills anymore. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Nightmare.
absolutely.
How did your dad learn from that failure? What was his next move?
Open up another restaurant.
And did it succeed?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah, Dad.
Yeah,
You have to fail, Cassidy.
absolutely.
He never did up until that point.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, I'm sure he made mistakes.
Oh, yeah, he
along
won't
the
tell
way.
me about those.
Sure.
Yeah.
Prideful dad. But that failure, as catastrophic as it was, probably made him a better business owner and restaurant owner
Absolutely.
after that point. Right?
Yeah, it definitely did. And so I'm so proud of him. He's pretty much retired now, so he's trying to live his best life. But yeah, I think he's put in enough work to get back everything that he lost. So he should be very proud of himself for it.
We talk about failure a lot on this show
Yeah.
and the importance of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the only ways to really learn from, I don't want to say mistakes, but for choices that might not have gone the way that you expected them to.
Yeah.
I've had very successful business owners sit in your seat that failed more than they succeeded. You have to take those chances
Absolutely.
to know your true capability. And what was the question I asked you in the beginning? What do you tell someone who doesn't know what they're capable of or feels like they haven't challenged themselves?
Yeah. You have to fail.
You have to. People are so afraid of failure. And I think one of the main reasons is because of the way your dad was. He had a lot of pride.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants to admit that they have failed.
Yeah.
But it's not as scary as it might sound.
No.
Because look what can happen with that failure. You can build something even better.
Yeah.
So fail, guys. It's fine. I've failed 1,000 times. This episode might get 10 views. We never know.
Let's hope not.
No, let's hope not. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. But seriously, I've had guests who have hundreds of thousands of followers on social media, and it just tanks. And I don't know why. And we can talk about the YouTube algorithm all day long.
Sure.
I'm not going to try to figure it out. I give up. But I view that as a failure, not because my channel's not getting the views. It's that my guest isn't getting the exposure that they deserve. And I'm just like, what have I done wrong?
Yeah.
Was the thumbnail bad? Did I not title the video the right? Like, is it me?
Yeah.
Do I suck at hosting? No.
No.
That's not the case. But seriously,
Yeah.
but I don't quit.
No.
I still have someone come in the next week.
I'm number
Okay.
81.
You're number 81, right? If I would have had the failure mentality, we might have 3 episodes, and then that would have been the end of it.
Yeah.
But I don't do this for the views. I like to get to know people.
Absolutely.
And I like people to get to know you and their story. So,
Well, thanks.
anyways, so you were a spoiled brat.
Yes.
Back to that. It took your dad failing
Yeah.
to kind of break you out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
Absolutely.
What did you do to help your dad?
So I started working nonstop. So I took a semester off of school. I worked 3 jobs. So I was working from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. every single day. Weekends I would have off, but I would be working 40, 50, 60 hours a week and just racking up my bank account and then just doing whatever I could to help my family with whatever they needed.
Did that feel good?
It did. It felt really good to have my own money and to spend it where I wanted, save it when I wanted, didn't have to ask for money. It was just, I already had it.
It's not something to be proud of to have things handed to you.
No.
I'm sorry. Like, kids gloat that they get whatever they want.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's not something to gloat about.
No.
So you might want to not do that anymore, because you're going to look back as an adult.
Yeah.
30-year-old Cassidy looks back at spoiled brat Cassidy, and you're probably like, I can't believe I was that person.
No.
Or I hate that Cassidy.
Yeah. Like, my parents gave me a very good childhood. So, like, we went on the basketball trips and the vacations, and we did everything that a child should be doing with their parents. So I'm very thankful of the childhood that I had. Do I wish there was a little more discipline added in there? Yes. Do I wish I was able to save money in high school instead of waiting until I was in college? Absolutely. But yeah, it is so much better to work for something and get rewarded that way.
You earned it.
Right.
What better feeling is there than earning something?
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
you can be proud of.
Right.
You don't have to say, oh, mommy, daddy bought it for me.
Yeah.
Like, you have a nice car. Oh, it's mommy, daddy money. Like,
yeah. Even though I do try to sneak in one, like, hey, can you buy me this? I'm your only child, remember? Oh, I'll do. I can't lie. I'll do it maybe once. Oh, I try. Now, it doesn't work all the time, but I'll try to sneak it in there once or twice.
it better not work all the time.
No.
You don't want to fall back into that.
No. But I do try to do it once or twice, but me working all the time is so much more rewarding.
It's the new you.
Yes.
That's all you know now.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think the way your parents raised you, you had strict dad, loosey-goosey mom, is that going to help you be a better parent yourself?
Yes.
In what way?
I'd say, so when I became a mom, I didn't, try to word this correctly. I was not planning on being a mom. So kind of circling back to the independent Cassidy, the Cassidy 2.0, there was a moment in my life where I was making as much money as I ever did, not answering to a single person, working my butt off, and really putting focus on me, myself, and I, and nobody else. But this goes back to the toxic friendships that I made, the drinking every weekend, being the life of the party. And so, yes, it was a very good moment for me and a year for me with traveling and making money, but I was also very broken. So when getting pregnant, it was like something in the universe, God, whoever, was telling me to stop. So me getting pregnant was not planned. It was accidental. Love my daughter. She saved me every day, but she was not in the cards for me at that moment. So I think a lot of the independence and everything really came to a halt at that moment, which now, looking back on it, is the best decision I've ever made and has made me into a better mom.
But in the moment, how did you feel?
Terrified.
Because you didn't know anything about being a parent or that you were going to have to stop this, let's say, selfish lifestyle that you had.
Yep.
All the above?
Yeah, all of it. It was, I didn't have to, if I wanted to go out and drink, I could go out and drink. If I wanted to spend $1,000 on a vacation, I could do that. I could go out with whoever, do whatever I wanted. And at the moment that I took that pregnancy test, my whole world flipped. Because all of the stuff that I was doing for the last how many years of my life, I could not do it anymore.
Scared the shit out of you.
Scared the absolute shit out of me. Because I was like, well, how the heck am I going to do it? I was so independent, so selfish, still selfless, but more of like me personally. Like I didn't have to answer or cater to anybody else. And now my whole world is now for my baby.
Yeah, your priorities have completely shifted.
In a day, in a second. So.
Now, I don't think, even if it's a planned pregnancy, you're never ready to be a parent.
Ready. No.
Read the books, watch YouTube videos, listen to the podcast about being a parent.
Yeah.
Unless it's in front of you and you're holding that baby and you have to keep it alive.
Yeah.
You don't know what to do.
No.
You can only prepare so much. So I know your daughter wasn't planned, but it wouldn't have changed your readiness.
Correct.
Even if she was, is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think just, it took me, like, I remember just seeing the pregnancy test and just like my stomach dropping. And then even 4 months, 5 months after everything, I would like realize, obviously, my body's changing, my mental's changing, everything's changing. And I would think that, oh my gosh, in the next couple months, like a human is going to be here, and my stomach would drop again. Like, even in the grit of pregnancy, I still wasn't ready. And it's still like, this wasn't the plan that I wanted for my life. And so like, it was very hard to accept that as well.
I'm not going to try to use this as a direct analogy, but similar. It's like the test that you haven't studied for.
Yeah.
But it's not until later in the week. And it's just like, oh, I have 5 days till I have to worry about this. And every time you think about it, you get that stomach drop.
Yeah.
Oh, I have 4 days.
Yeah.
Oh shit, 3 days.
Yeah.
But you were dealing with that for 9 months and being afraid every time you thought about it. What did your parents think when you got pregnant?
It was funny. So when I called my dad, his response was, oh shit.
Same dad.
Same dad. Same. Yeah. So my mom was over the moon. You know,
she was laid back.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be fine.
Yes. So it was a lot of like excited and nervous and scared. Like every emotion that you can really think of was present. And same with her dad too. So like we were just, oh my God, what the heck did we do? You know what I mean? So it was fine. Like everybody was excited. Him and I were working through everything. So it was a very good experience. But my parents were over the moon. And even now, my menace of a toddler, they are amazing grandparents.
I hear being a grandparent is one of the best things there is.
Yes.
And I'm not one yet. I'm almost 47. I don't want to be one yet. So let's wait a little longer, kiddos. What do you say? Your daughter's dad, was he someone who you thought was a stable person that you were going to spend the rest of your life with when you got pregnant?
Yes. Yes. We have a long history. So to be honest, there is probably nobody else in my life that I would be comfortable having a child with other than him.
Okay.
He has always been stable, always been present. So I would say, yeah. The spending the rest of our lives together gets a little wavy, but knowing him and him being my best friend for multiple years, that wasn't even a thought.
You knew he would be a good dad.
1,000%. An amazing dad.
What more could a mom want for her child?
Absolutely. Ava is very blessed.
And I wasn't trying to corner you with that question, but I did want to know, because there are plenty of people that get pregnant with the wrong person in all aspects.
Right.
And it's a complete mistake in the moment. Right.
Yeah.
We've heard it. We've seen it.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the case at all.
No.
With you.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was because it was a surprise to obviously both of us, and how he handled everything from start to finish was more than I could ever ask for.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Good. We won't talk any more about that then.
Thank you.
I'm in the clear.
Yes.
Okay. Ava's born.
Mm-hmm.
You're terrified up until that moment.
Yeah.
What did you think when you saw her for the first time?
Oh, the peanut. It was like everything, every stress, every question that I've ever had, like in my whole life, of like, why did this happen? It all made sense. At that moment, it was because everything that I went through in my past, my childhood, my, everything, it was because she needed to be here. And like, it's such an eye-opening feeling, because like you're in the moment and you're going through heartache, you're going through trauma, you're going through all of this stuff, and you don't really realize like, why am I going through all of this? And then there's one moment in your life that answers all of those questions.
It all makes sense.
And that was it.
Do you think, if you wouldn't have gotten pregnant, we have a lot of, speculation questions here. Where do you think your life would be now? Because she's only 3. You were living a party life, a selfish life, up until you got pregnant.
Yeah.
Would you have continued down that path? Do you think?
Probably.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would have wanted to maybe travel more and move out of Pittsburgh. And then just do a lot of things that, I can probably still do now, but my daughter comes first. So a lot of them are on the back burner. But there would be a lot of things, traveling, moving to a different state. That is probably where I would have went next in my life.
Isn't it funny to look back and say, what if?
Yeah.
I do it a lot.
Yeah.
I think we all do.
Yeah.
Like, what if I wouldn't have made this choice? What if this didn't happen? Where would things go?
Yeah. Very thankful that it didn't turn out that way. I would rather have Ava than moving to a different state or going out and drinking every weekend and spending all of my money on VIP sections at a dinky bar, So I think that I would rather have, I don't think that. I know that I would rather have her than all of what I lost.
She gave you stability.
She gave me a headache.
And will forever. Sorry to tell you.
Yes, she gave me a part of me that I didn't know that I ever had. So she unlocked a Cassidy that I just never knew that I was capable of being.
And you're going to learn that there's a potential you have every day.
Every day.
You're going to do something that you didn't know you're capable of. Mm-hmm. You mentioned to me when you showed up today, you kind of dropped the bomb.
I did.
That your parents suffered from alcoholism.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that at the time?
I think I had an idea. I didn't know the extent of it when I was that age, but I think I knew that like it wasn't okay. Like there's something happening here that's outside of the norm that happens rarely and kind of gets like swept under the rug. But I knew at a young age that like this was not the way that it's supposed to be.
Did they act different?
Yes.
Because dad was strict, mom was chill.
Yeah.
What were their alter egos?
Yeah. So my dad, and everybody that knows my dad, he is the life of the party when he gets some drinks in him. Being a bar owner, restaurant owner, it comes with the territory. So, but he has always been the life of the party. And if you see him out, if he's sitting at a bar, he has a Miller Lite aluminum in his hand, and he's just a very casual, chill guy. My mom, on the other hand, was not. And it was the mean, cruel, evil side of her that I never saw. Honestly, never. When she was sober, it was queen. But the second she had alcohol in any type, wine, beer, anything, it was a flip. It was an alter ego.
Did that scare you to see them? Or mainly her, because your dad didn't really get mean.
Yeah.
Did it scare you to see her like that?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
What did you think was causing it?
I didn't, when I was that young, I didn't correlate that the alcohol was making her this way, or I didn't put two and two together that was the reason. For a really long time, I thought it was me. I thought it was, oh, mom's mad at me. I did something. I said something to mom, and she's now mean. And so I put a lot of that on myself. And then it took me a lot of therapy sessions. And my dad was never there. So my dad my parents were together since they were 21. My dad's 68, turning 69. So they were together for almost 50 years. And my dad never came home when my mom was having an episode like that because he didn't want to deal with it.
Oh my. Dad.
Love you. So.
Well, I mean, not to defend your dad. I wouldn't want to either.
Absolutely.
Because you can't control someone who's like that.
No.
I've watched plenty of cop shows that deal with drunks.
Yeah.
You cannot reason with them at all. So probably a smart thing.
Right. And like, I understand it. Being a 30-year-old woman who has talked about my parents in therapy and having a sit-down conversation with them. And being 30 years old in it, I understand why my dad didn't come home. Because you're right. Who would want to deal with something like that? But being a 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, my question is how on earth did you let me deal with that?
Yes.
And that has been probably the biggest pill to swallow this past year of really digging deep within myself and realizing why I am the way that I am. Because while I'm doing that, I'm having conversations with my parents, like, why did you do this? And I don't know if you've ever done that, but it's not easy.
How do they respond when you ask those tough questions?
So my dad is he's more receptive. My mom is not. My mom is, oh, well, your dad did this when you were younger, and she doesn't receive it the same way. Now, I love both of my parents. I will do everything for them, but I think the switch that went off in my mind whenever I was pregnant with my daughter, I don't think it ever went off in theirs. I think that they were like, oh, okay, we're bringing a baby into this. We're married. We're bringing a baby into this world. Like, nothing really has to change. Like, I don't have to change anything about myself for the sake of my daughter. Mine was, oh, this is what I have to change a lot of stuff about myself for the sake of my daughter.
Do you think that's because of your parents?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so just having those conversations, my dad is very receptive. My mom is not. She's very combative. She's very, well, that's not true, or I don't remember that, or
Yeah, I'm not saying your mom's trying to cop out on answering those hard questions, but I think that's a common response is I don't
Yeah.
remember it like that.
Yeah.
Or I don't know why you felt that way. Or
Yeah.
it becomes about them
yeah.
instead of saying, I'm sorry that you dealt with that. I'm sorry that I made you feel that way. You don't have to have an explanation as to why you acted that way.
Right.
But just acknowledge the fact that it hurt you.
Yeah, and taking a step back and understanding, like, I know that's not an easy conversation to have. Like, seeing both of my parents, me being so close with them, like them seeing what I go through on a daily basis in any avenue of my life, and them having to take a step back and be like, well, did I cause that? Was it because of something that I did? That is not easy to accept as well, especially when they weren't aware of it in that moment.
Do you think that self-blame is the reason why you searched for acceptance with friends so much?
I do. And a lot of comparison. So going back to the only child, it was me. I was it. I was the soundboard. I was the target. I was it. And then I was always being compared to somebody else outside. Obviously nobody in the family, because it was me. I was always being compared to somebody else. So it was like I wanted to feel that acceptance. And I think, looking back on it, a lot of it, of me being a spoiled brat, is getting everything that I wanted. I think a lot of it is because of all the stuff that was swept under the rug and not dealt with.
Makes sense.
It does.
Cassie, what did I ask you when we started? I said, did you have a normal childhood? What was your response?
Yes.
You see what we did?
Yeah.
Not exactly normal. If you
Yeah.
looked up normal childhood in the dictionary, it wouldn't be 2 alcoholic parents.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Correct.
So, again, everyone's version of normal is totally different.
Absolutely.
I'm convinced there's no normal.
No, there's not. So it's good now, because now they're not.
They're clean.
They're clean.
Good.
So it took a lot of growing up to do on their end, which I'm very thankful for. But it also kind of lit that fire on how I want to parent my kid.
What made them finally choose the sober route?
So with my dad, who is still owning bars and restaurants, his
I'm
is,
sure he's still...
yeah, he's still taking, he's taking
He
his
doesn't
good,
abuse it
no,
the way he used to.
he's taking his good old time.
Sure.
My mom smoked cigarettes, and she got hypnotized to stop smoking, and it took away her drinking.
So that's a fucking thing?
That is a thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've always wondered if that works.
I remember she had a little cassette, and she listened to it when she would fall asleep, and it just played while she was sleeping. And then she hasn't picked up a cigarette in I can't even tell you how many years, but she only drank when she smoked. And so it took away both. And honestly, so thankful, because I probably wouldn't have the relationship that I do with my mom now if it wasn't for that.
Well, not to mention, you probably wouldn't want your daughter around her.
1,000%.
So she wouldn't get to experience that grandma life.
And oh my gosh, Evelyn loves her grandma. She loves her grandma. And seeing my mom as a grandma has been amazing. So I'm very thankful that my mom is not the mom that she was she was an amazing mom. She just had not amazing moments. So I'm really glad that she can be an amazing grandma 100% of the time.
Well, I'm happy for her too.
Yeah.
To be able to experience those things.
Yeah.
Well, terrible transition, but
It's okay.
Cassie, do you want a drink?
Oh yeah, I think we need one of those right about now.
You were asking me before we hit record, what is the most mild?
Yeah,
bourbon?
the
The sissy bourbon.
That's not gonna make me make an ugly face to these beautiful
I
cameras.
can't promise that this is not going to make you make an ugly face.
Great.
But I'm a gambling man, so let's take our chances.
Okay.
The Penelope Rosé cask finish.
I just think it sounds nice.
And it's pink.
It's pink.
It can't be harsh if it's pink, right?
I can't wait for you to go and look and see my face of you pouring that in the drink.
I can't wait to. Stunning 4K quality too.
Oh, here we go.
Well, Cassidy, cheers, girl.
Cheers.
I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, me too. It's great. Whoa, that's mild. Yeah. Okay.
I have apple juice in the fridge if you'd rather have that.
That's what we should have poured in here. It looks the same.
Yeah, actually.
No, that's actually not bad.
It's an acquired taste.
I'm just not a bourbon drinker, so it's my fault. I'm the problem.
I mean,
I am.
Stop blaming yourself,
I-
Cassidy.
Thank you.
You've done that plenty in your life.
I've done that enough.
You've done that enough. Let's not do that here. Okay. But for the viewer, I don't make my guests drink.
No.
It's a complete option. A lot of my guests are recovering. They're
Yeah.
sober. They're, 6, 7, 10 years clean.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, this never comes out.
Yeah.
The glasses we'll see here empty.
Yeah.
But, I always ask.
You did ask,
Are
and
you
I
willing?
said,
And you said yes. So
absolutely. I said, let's do
let's
it.
go.
Right.
You're not getting out of it.
No.
Okay, Cassidy. What have been the most rewarding moments for you watching your daughter grow?
I think it's been hard. So I think a lot of the rewarding moments that I've noticed, like that I have felt, probably this last year, but after she was born and up until the beginning of this year, it has been just rocky mentally. Postpartum in general, for anybody going through it, it doesn't matter if it's the first time, second time, it is hard.
Tell me about the things you experienced.
So I suffer for a lot of anxiety. I get that from my mom. And so a lot of my postpartum anxiety came to light. And I always, going back in my childhood, my mom took a lot of medication to help with her anxiety and depression, and she cannot function without it. My dad is, okay, if I'm anxious or I feel some type of way, I'm rolling with the punches. Like I said, it's balance.
I think it's a guy thing too.
I think so too. And so when I would go through my anxiety and my dad would notice that I would get anxious or depressed about something, he would just have me mentally fight through it. And that's where I'm at.
Doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah, it doesn't. It really doesn't work. And it is one of the hardest things that I've ever, even to this day, very, very hard for me to navigate. But I think with having that postpartum anxiety and anxiety in general, you really just have to show up and get up and keep pushing forward. So the beginning of Ava's life, there was a lot of I even look back on it. Thank God for Snapchat. I hate social media. I do. But thank God for pictures and videos, because a lot of it is a blur. Just suffering from that anxiety of becoming a new mom, trying to keep a roof over your daughter's head, and just dealing with the financial struggles of formula and clothes and it's a whole new ball game.
Look, becoming a parent is not fun in the beginning.
It's not.
At all. It's terrifying. It's expensive. You are unsure of everything that you do. Are you doing the right thing for your child all day long?
Yeah.
Am I changing the diaper the right way? Am I feeding the right formula? Should I breastfeed for 6 months, 9 months, 12 months? Should I not breastfeed?
Yeah.
What formula is the best?
Absolutely.
It doesn't stop.
No.
So talk about anxiety anyways.
Right.
On top of an anxious person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Being a parent in the beginning is not fun. And you were being masked by your debilitation of anxiety. So
Yeah.
you were not experiencing new parenthood at all
No.
the way it should have.
No. And like it was hard because there would be moments where I would have her and I would set her down so I could go shower. And it would just be me and her. And my showers were so quick because I thought something was going to fall from the sky and hurt her.
Like Final Destination
Yeah,
shit.
like something that would not even be logical. But in my head, I was like, I have to do this so quick because she has to be with me at all times. And it just really fell over into the anxiety about leaving the house, the anxiety about, like you said, am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? This person told me to do this. I have to do it this way. Ava's not doing it, or Ava's not, she's not working through what I'm supposed to be doing, or it was just so many different questions.
And she's not in the right percentile of height and weight. And
yeah, like it was,
nonstop.
it's everything. So I think the beginning was very hard, but then when I started showing up for myself for her, that's when that anxiety started to go away. And like seeing her smile and seeing her hit her milestones and seeing her walk and you talk and do all the things that a happy, healthy baby is supposed to be doing, that's kind of when it was like, okay, Cass, you're doing the damn thing. You're doing it right. This is good.
So you were finally fully present.
Yes.
Not physically,
Yeah.
but emotionally.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it doesn't matter what you're going through. I think whenever you have somebody, a human being in your care, you have to get up. You could be in your darkness, in your anxiety, in your depression, but you get up every single day for your child.
You should.
Yeah.
And that would seem like the logical thing to do. But there's a lot of parents that don't.
Yes.
Which is very unfortunate.
Very.
Do you think that the fact that Ava doesn't have two parents living together, do you feel a certain way about that? Do you feel like she's being, I don't want to say cheated, but maybe not living the childhood or having the childhood she could or should?
I would say no. Kind of how we like alluded in the beginning, my normal is not normal. So Ava's normal is obviously not going to be normal. And her dad and I we co-parent very well. We are also very different. He is the disciplinary. He is when he tells Ava to do something, it is Ava does it, no questions asked.
Drives you nuts, doesn't it?
Oh my goodness. It does. And then me, I'm not so disciplinary. I do discipline her, just differently. And she will give me the middle finger before she actually listens. But she listens. But it just takes her a couple moments. But with her dad, she listens.
It sounds to me like Ava has the same
The
type
balance.
of parents that you did.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I'm very thankful for it. And yeah, I mean, the circumstances of being a single mom were not in my cards. I don't think they're in anybody's, right? And when I say single mom, I want to preface as like head of household. So like her dad is fully involved. He is present 100%. We have 50-50. So whenever she is not with me, she is with him and vice versa.
She's getting love 24/7.
24/7. So I think tackling that on top of everything else, it shifts the journey. And you really just have to, like I said before, get up and roll with the punches. Do I think her childhood's going to be different? No. I think she is going to get pretty much everything she ever wanted. But being a single mom was obviously not in my cards. But looking back on it, I'm happy, and Ava is so happy. So I think it's supposed to be this way.
Having a split home is completely normal these
Yeah.
days. It's unfortunate,
Yeah,
maybe. I don't
sure.
know. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm divorced. You know, my kids don't live with me. They live with mom. My stepkids live. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, everyone's version of normal is their version of normal.
Yeah. And I'm very glad looking back because we decided to co-parent when Ava was pretty much born. We decided to do the co-parent. And we've been on the same co-parent schedule since she's been born. So it has been very consistent for Ava, which is great.
It's great.
But I think when I'm in that moment dealing with postpartum, dealing with my anxiety, I think it was so hard to really accept the fact that Ava was not going to be with me 100% of the time. But looking back on it and still being in that same situation, like right now, she's not with me, obviously, she's with her dad. It has given me so much grace to know that my daughter is safe and loved and happy, and then give me the opportunity to also be safe and loved and happy.
You used to be afraid to get a shower
Yeah.
with your daughter present. What was it like when you handed her to dad for the first time and had to drive away?
It was hard. It was hard.
Not that you didn't trust him.
Right.
But
it was hard. And it was hard to, and for probably, I can still remember like when we would do pickups and drop offs, when she would leave, I would cry. Or when I would drop her off, I would cry. And like, eventually that stopped. And it's not because I didn't love her any, or not that I didn't want
correct.
to be with her or wanted her to go with him, but it was like, okay, now I have a moment to myself. I have a moment to get my head right. What am I going to do? So I work and work and work.
Do you feel like that's a healthy way for you to spend your time?
I do. And this is what I decided to do this year is I have 4 jobs.
Dang.
Another bomb.
Wow. Okay.
I have 4 jobs, but I also make sure that I give myself 1 day a week of just myself.
Good for you.
On a day that I don't have Ava to decompress.
Get a mani-pedi.
Yes. Work on myself. Do house stuff. Make sure all my bills are in order for the following week. Go to the gym. Do literal things that I want to do for myself. So that's where I'm starting to prioritize myself on top of that.
And even if you were with the dad,
Yeah.
full time, you still need that time to
Absolutely.
yourself. And that's where co-parenting, whether you're in the same house or not, is vital.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They each need their own time.
Yeah.
To decompress, to do things they love. Just because you're a parent doesn't mean you have to stop doing everything that you enjoy.
Right.
There needs to be a balance.
Yeah. And I think and then I started to realize like, yeah, do I kind of run myself into the ground? Absolutely. If you talk to any of my friends, my family, like they will say like, yeah, you just go. But everything that I'm doing, I'm working for Ava and I'm working for myself. And it's like all ties together. So it's like pretty much, yeah, do I wish I had more time to myself to like not do anything? But I would rather be working and making money than sitting home, twiddling my thumbs, doom scrolling on TikTok, because I do that a lot.
Melting your brain.
Melting my brain. So I think just that's the more productive route for me.
It is. And spoiled Cassidy probably would have just let her brain melt with social media. But you're at least trying to do something productive.
Absolutely.
It's safe to say your body changes a lot.
Oh, yes.
You okay?
Yeah.
Did you struggle with your weight?
I did.
Tell me about that.
So playing basketball all through high school, I never had to go to the gym. I would run every day for basketball practice. We'd go in for conditioning days, weight training days, and I'd go play 40-minute basketball games. I never even had to think of life after basketball. And I vividly remember my last high school game. Yes, I was heartbroken because it was senior night or senior year and everything, but I remember looking and be like, I never have to run again. That was it. Probably not the best timing, but that was it. Went to college, ate whatever I wanted, never stepped foot into a gym. And my dad looked at me and I knew that there was something wrong. Wouldn't say wrong. I knew that there was something different about me. Whenever my dad would ask me every day, did you go to the gym today? I'd be like, no. And I never it never correlated.
He's just curious.
Yes. So, love my dad. My mom finally got to the point where she's like, okay, we have to tell her. And she was like, I think you gained a little weight in college.
How much are we talking?
Like 20 pounds. That freshman in 15 didn't stand a chance.
Just blew that
Out of the water. I'm an overachiever over here. And I went, and I don't know, I think I went to the doctor because I went to the doctor for something. And I was like, no, I didn't. I was like, there's no way I gained 20 pounds. I look exactly the same. I stepped on that scale and it went 20 pounds and I have never seen that number. And I said, okay, great. So then whenever you're in college, like there were some fitness classes that I could have went to, but the only gym that I ever knew was playing basketball. So I didn't know to go to a Planet Fitness or an LA Fitness. It was go run and play basketball. Well, I hated running.
Suicide sprints and blah, blah, blah.
And so I never found that drive and that motivation to get myself back into the gym. Gaining the weight didn't do it. And so I would go to the gym one day a week and get upset that nothing was changing. And that's just me being a young, dumb, emphasis on dumb, just mentality.
So you said when you stepped on the scale and saw you gain 20 pounds, you were shocked.
Yeah.
When you looked at yourself in the mirror, you didn't see it?
No, and that's where the body dysmorphia, I definitely think that even to this day still has an effect on it.
Oh, it's a terrible thing.
It's a terrible thing. And so that's where I started to realize that. And I was like, okay, so like I gained all this weight. Clearly you can see it. Taking pictures and clearly it's there. So it took me a very, very long time to get into the mentality of, okay, well, like, yeah, you gained weight, but like, you don't really have to lose it. Like, you look fine. You look fine. Looking back on it now, I'm like, I get mad at my friends. I make a joke all the time. I'm like, you never told me. They're like, how are we supposed to tell you?
It's a toughie.
It's a toughie. Yeah. So it's like that. And I was 160-ish pounds in high school. And then I was 180, 185 up until May 28th of this year.
We will talk about that. Just hold on.
Okay.
How tall are you?
Everybody asks me this question. I don't know.
You don't know how tall you are?
My ID says 5'6". I'm not 5'6".
Do you want me to go get the freaking tape measure?
If you have one.
We freaking measure your height on the show?
I'm probably 5'7", 5'8".
Okay.
We'll say 5'7".
185.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're overweight.
Yeah.
Not obese.
No.
But too big for your britches.
Yes. Yes. Uh-huh. Absolutely.
Okay. You said that you'd never stepped foot in a gym. You didn't know the first thing about fitness and nutrition and all of these things. We have a mutual acquaintance, Andrew Phillips.
We do.
Okay, Andrew was a guest on my podcast. What's up, Andrew? I'm sure he's watching this because it's you.
It's me.
We have multiple acquaintances that have been guests. Jack Wilder.
My fave.
Andrew. Christian Harris.
Christian Harris.
Whom we just gifted a car to this
Which
morning.
I think is so amazing. I can't wait to hear all about it.
He deserves it.
1,000%.
What was it that finally shifted gears for you to know that, oh my God, I'm unhealthy. I'm going to make a change?
Yeah. So before I had Ava, I was on keto for a couple years. And I was like, you know what? I'll just cut out carbs and I'll be fine. I can eat cheese and burgers and chicken and all the things, and it's going to be sustainable.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
How'd that work out for you, Cassidy?
I mean, honestly, that was the one thing looking back on it right now in my present self, I probably wouldn't do it again. But that was the only thing that made the number drop.
I want to stop you right there.
Please.
Okay, so for the people watching who are thinking about going on one of these fad diets, keto, Atkins, carnivore, paleo, I'm sure there's 1,000 others.
Right.
Cutting out one thing or another doesn't matter if you're still eating too many calories.
Yes.
Okay. You can eat your cheese and your burgers and all this stuff. Yeah, well, I'm not eating carbs though.
Yeah.
But if you're eating 3,000 fucking calories in burgers and cheese and all of the other things that aren't carbs, you're not going to lose weight.
Correct.
You still have to moderate your calorie intake based upon what your body needs. We'll just stop right there.
Yes. Which is 1,000%. And to be honest, I did it up until I got pregnant. And obviously changing, I was like, well, I'm not going to deprive my baby of anything. So I'm going to go back to eating everything.
All the things.
All the things. Which in turn made me gain all of my weight back.
So did you gain more than the 20 that you were coming out of college, or did you gain even more?
So when I got pregnant, I obviously gained weight from the pregnancy, but I came back to 180, 185. So like that was my sweet spot. Wasn't gaining any more weight than that, and I wasn't losing any weight by any means. I finally found a gym that I love more than anything. That is all fitness classes, Burn Boot Camp.
Very familiar.
Yep. Love them.
I know Joe Ellen and
Oh,
Miranda.
my girls. Yep. I love them. Yes. Yep. So I found a gym that I love, and I will die on the Burn Boot Camp hill. And so started working out there. I started getting back into the routine of my workouts. I work out 6 days a week now, maybe 7. Sometimes that's healthy, it's unhealthy, whatever.
Depends on who you ask.
To each its own. But I was going to the gym 6 days a week, 7 days a week, doing double workouts a day, and the number wasn't changing.
I wonder why.
Mm-hmm. So then, Andrew Phillips. The reason I started doing that was because I was going up to individuals at our gym and seeing their progress. I was saying, oh my gosh, you look great. You look amazing. What are you doing? They're like, I'm working with Andrew. I was like, okay.
Who's this Andrew guy?
Yeah. So, and I had a relationship with Andrew. He was a trainer. I was working at Burn. So it was like, I could just walk up to him and I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. I was like, let's do it. And ever since working with him, I am now down 30 pounds.
My girl.
And I'm not depriving myself of anything.
Yeah.
I am eating fats and carbs and getting free meals a week and just doing everything amazing.
You were doing macros?
Macros. Still.
Macros are great. It gives you the flexibility. Mm-hmm. It's a little more work on your end because you have to track everything.
Yep.
Because if you don't, you could blow by your calorie targets for the day.
And I
pretty
do.
easy.
And I do.
It's totally normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm also a coach and I do meal plans and macros depending on, I don't want to say whatever the client wants, but sometimes you have to fit into different lifestyles.
Yeah.
If you have a very hectic lifestyle, you know, and you need a bit of flexibility because you're going to find yourself on a drive-through a few times a week and you can still stay within your targets as long as you track it.
Absolutely.
But for those who have a very structured lifestyle and want to be told exactly what to do, we'll do the meal plan route. But
yeah,
it's dependent on the individual.
Yeah, because I'll tell you, and I have no problem sharing this. Before I started working with Andrew, I was a DoorDash junkie. I did not like to cook. I do not like to prep my own meals. I hated everything about it. And it's not that a little bit of the laziness, like I didn't want to, but also when your dad grows up in a restaurant, he brings own food. We don't
Italian food.
Yes. Yeah. Restaurant food, bar food, anything that we want. So I never, growing up, it was never, oh, mom cooked meals at home or dad cooked meals at home. It was, okay, well, go make whatever you want for lunch, and then dad will bring home something for dinner. So it was never a cooking household. So it was just how I grew up. So then when working with Andrew hit me, he hit me square, and he's like, well, you can't do that anymore. And so, I mean, I've been meal prepping. I eat amazing meals every day. My daughter eats them. Her favorite meal is chicken, rice, and broccoli, and she's 3.
A meathead.
I know. Between me and her dad, absolutely. So it's like investing in myself and putting more time into myself. It's just opened up so many more healthy opportunities for me in my journey.
I'm going to put a before and after picture.
Yeah, you can.
And the after is only after as of right now.
Yep.
You're going to continue to progress. Mm-hmm. Do you have I hate scale goals.
Okay.
Because your weight doesn't determine what you're going to look like.
Correct.
Because of body composition.
Mm-hmm.
140 is going to look completely different on 100 different people.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hate when my clients say, I want to be 120 pounds. And they're currently like 200.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's a lot of weight. Do you know what you're going to look like at 120 pounds? Do you think that's healthy? When's the last time you were 120 pounds?
Probably when I was 6.
Exactly. So it's just like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, how about we just focus on how you look and feel?
Yeah.
How your clothes fit.
Yes.
Because to me, that's a better gauge of progress than a scale.
Yeah.
Right?
I would love, you mentioned Joe and Miranda. I would love to look like Joe and Miranda. I think they are so strong mentally and physically that like those are my goals. And I tell them that every day that I see them.
You've seen before pictures of Joe, right?
I have. And she is, and I talk to her every day about she is an inspiration to everybody that walks on the floor at that gym.
I think it's important, not that Miranda's not an inspiration, but for someone like Joellen, who has been very overweight herself, and she has lost all the weight herself with hard work.
Hard work.
Not an injection,
No.
not a surgery.
Yep.
Sometimes that's the best route for people, whatever. But you can relate to people like that. She wasn't born with a great body. She worked for it.
Absolutely.
Those are the people that you want to talk to.
Yeah, and I do.
Good.
She gets sick of me. She probably gets sick of me.
I'll ask her.
Yeah, but like that is a goal. So if you want to shy away from the number goals, I would say that women mentally, physically, that show up every day, like they are my goals.
How has your mental changed since you've gotten healthier?
Game changer. It has been a 180. And I think a lot of it has to do with finding the confidence in myself that I lost for a little bit. I had confidence after the not being able to graduate with my friends. I found an independent Cassidy. I lost a lot of that confidence after having a baby, which a lot of women do. A lot of women really, it's very hard to find yourself after having a baby and with their body changes and the mental changes and the hormones. I think me really putting pressure on myself and betting on myself, I think that has opened up more confidence in myself than anything before.
Do you realize confidence can make you look different too?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Do you feel like you were ever, I don't want to say insecure, but were you ever confident in how you looked? Other than high school basketball,
Yeah.
Cassidy. Like, did you ever look in the mirror and be like, I'm hot?
I would say honestly, when I was doing something unhealthy, when I was doing keto and I was depriving myself from carbs, but I was losing the weight. So like, that's all that I cared about. And I think I remember looking at myself and I was like, oh, okay. Like I like this. I can do this for the rest of my life. And like, not really realizing that a couple months later, a couple years later, I have a child and I can't do that for the rest of my life. And then trying to get back after having a baby, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to do keto again. That's what I dropped the weight
The
before.
first time.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't. And so I think now this year has been the first time that I looked at myself and I didn't care. I care about the number that's on the scale. But if I want to have a free meal, sorry, Andrew, I'm going to have it. I'll tell him about it so he's aware. But
Yes. You have to communicate.
I do.
And you have to be honest.
Yes.
Yes.
So I don't feel guilty anymore because I know I'm confident in myself that I can go and put in the work and trust the process and I will get back to the weight that I wanted to go to, my goal.
Yes. I'm going to play devil's advocate here
Okay.
because I love playing that.
Oh, great.
You said that you have goals, Joelle and Miranda.
Yeah.
Their body, their image, whatever it may be. Do you feel like once you get to that point that you really are going to be satisfied?
I hope so. I think then it'll be something different. I think I have a list of goals that I should just write out. But I think that I'm so focused on becoming the best version of myself that there's so many doors that I need to unlock that I haven't yet. So I think, yes, I would love to hit that goal. But then I know that I'm going to have another goal in mind, whether that be, who knows, maybe I might go crazy and enter a bodybuilding competition.
Let's
Andrew.
Yes.
So maybe that is in the cards for me. I don't know. But I think instead of focusing on what's next, I really have just been focusing on where I am in the moment mentally, physically, and hitting it with everything in me the best way that I can.
And the reason I asked you is the hunt for that perfect body, which is different for everybody. Can be a great thing and it can be a very dangerous thing.
Yeah.
I've been there. I was 160 pounds when I graduated college. I was that guy who people would say you're going to blow away if the wind blows too hard. I was that guy. I'm like, if I could just be 180,
Yeah.
I will look so good. Then you get to 180 and you're like, I'm still fucking skinny.
Yeah.
6'2", 180, that's still skinny.
Yeah.
If I was only 200, I will be so happy. Then you get to 200, you're still not happy.
Yeah.
Back to body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
Some people are never happy with how they look. And that happens a lot with bodybuilders. And I don't want to paint a picture of what a bodybuilder is,
Right.
but we're all chasing perfection. Okay. So that's why I say don't focus on that number.
Yeah.
Focus on your look. I challenge you to do this. And this is going to be extreme. You say you want to look like Joelle. Have her take her measurements, her legs, her arms, her chest, her waist. You get those written down.
Yeah.
And then when you get to that, look at yourself and say, am I happy that I now look like Joe Ellen?
Yeah.
I bet you won't be, because you're always going to want more.
And I think a lot of that, and like now that we're talking, it's like I want to be happy in my skin, and I have goals that I need to, but I also have two little eyes looking up at me. And I want her to be confident in her skin with whatever that may look like. I want her to have healthier habits that I never had. And so I want her to know that a perfect body is not attainable. But just being happy in the body that you're in is what's most important.
And honestly, if you're happy with how you look, you have the perfect body,
Yeah, absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
And it's no one's decision to tell you that that's not the case.
Yeah. And it's like whenever you have those eyes looking, and like you have friends at the gym and you have comparisons everywhere, it's very hard to get out of that mentality. But you're absolutely right. If you are happy in the body that you're in, that is already a perfect body.
Yep.
It doesn't matter the number on the scale. It doesn't matter the measurements. If you can look at yourself every day and you're like, you know what? I look good today. I look great today. I look pretty today. That should be
That's all that matters.
enough.
that social media lens is a horrible thing.
Yeah, it is.
And that's what we are all comparing ourselves to.
every
The
day.
perfect lighting, the perfect filters, the perfect leggings that come up just high enough and they're tapered just to make. I don't wear leggings.
I'm wearing them right now.
But you know what I mean? I mean,
Oh, trust me, I know.
we're every single day comparing ourselves to these 1%ers that look the way they look 1% of their life.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's very unhealthy.
It is.
Speaking of unhealthy, I'm going to arm wrestle you.
Oh,
You didn't know this was part
no,
of the show,
you know what?
did you?
I watched your
You did know.
videos. I did. I watched your videos, and you know what? I thought you were gonna forget.
Cassidy. I never forget.
I'm not.
I don't care. Even better. I'm glad you're not strong.
Oh my.
Because if you would have beat me,
Well, I'm kind of strong, but I don't think I'm not strong enough to beat you. I haven't done an arm wrestling.
got a good grip.
Oh, I'm scared. That's why my hands are probably sweaty.
They're damp. It's fine.
Wait, is this like for real arm wrestling?
Well, I'm going to ask you a question as we do this. You have to think under pressure.
Are you kidding?
Not kidding. Very serious. You start when you're ready. Go ahead.
Whew. I'm. Jeez.
All right, Cassidy. We talked about spoiled brat Cassidy. We talked about Cassidy 2.0.
Oh my god.
What's Cassidy 3.0 look like?
About to lose this arm wrestling.
Come on, go. I'll give you a head start. What's 3.0 look like?
3.0, I think, is just creating the happiest, healthiest version of me. And I don't know what that is yet. This last year, I've really dug super deep in figuring out why I am the way that I am and my attachment styles and what I look for in friendships and relationships and motherhood and tackling on a toddler. And so I've really just did the work to focus on myself. So now I really just want to be happy and I want to be healthy and a version of myself that I never even knew existed. So Ava can see that version of me too. And I think I'm doing the damn thing. It's hard. And there are days that it is not easy at all, but I'm learning so much about myself and I'm really falling in love with myself again.
I had this conversation with Christian as we were driving back from the notary this morning. And I said, Christian, if it wasn't hard, then it means you're not trying hard enough.
Mm-hmm.
You're not challenging yourself enough.
Yeah.
It should be fucking hard.
Yeah.
To get
Growth.
what you want should be very difficult.
Healing is hard. And when I'm in the grit of it, I realize why people don't do it.
Yeah.
Is healing, you hit yourself in the face with a lot of stuff. Growth is hard.
I think that's been a lot of your success is the healing aspect in the therapy. Because if you're not tackling the problems from the root, nothing's going to get better.
Yep.
Because they're always going to be simmering up there,
Yeah.
living, waiting for that moment to just be like, hey, remember me?
Yeah.
Remember this traumatic experience? So unless you deal with those,
Yeah.
they're always going to be there.
And I like to look at myself as a very selfless person. I'm always giving. But there was a version of myself that I was not. I was very selfish. I was bitter. I was angry. I was mean. And I don't like that version of myself. I don't. Does she come out sometimes at the heat of the moment? Absolutely. But there's a lot of things that I do not like about myself that I'm working through and I'm figuring out why.
Well, that awareness is key.
Yeah.
Because if you weren't aware of it, you wouldn't know that it's coming and
Yeah.
creeping up. So,
Absolutely. And then it also gives me a light of, okay, well, these are the things that I like about myself that I thought I lost, that I didn't. They were just behind everything else that I was going on. But now I'm in a space. My daughter is happy, healthy, growing. I'm happy, healthy, growing. So now I can be selfish in my growth again to help my daughter grow into the person that she is destined to be. But I have to be the best version of myself so she can do that.
yeah.
So
You are going to be her biggest role model forever.
Oh God, send her strength.
So, yeah. So if that's pressure to keep your
Yeah.
ass in gear and keep
Yeah.
you straight.
So I would say,
All the
yeah,
better.
that's Cassidy 3.0.
I love it. Well, you're on the right track. And you've been a treat.
Thanks.
It's great having you.
Thank you. It's honestly, I was so nervous about this 5th time I've said it. 5th time. But no, it's been really cool
Good.
to talk.
Glad you enjoyed.
I
Do
did.
you have any questions for me before we close out?
No.
You
Everything's
heard it here.
Yeah.
No questions.
Everything's good.
We solved every problem.
Today.
Watch one of these episodes because it's amazing. Subscribe. It's free. And I will see you on the next episode of Barbells and Bourbon. Peace.
Yay! That was good.